Hello, I'm Sophia.
And hey, I'm Kristin, and we are
Under the Barbell.
Over the Bullshit.
And we're a podcast for women who are sick of being told to just eat less, move more, and what they really want is to get strong, take up space, feel confident, and age well.
That's what we're all about, empowering women to live for more than a before and after photo.
So, wherever you are, grab a coffee or a pre-workout and hit play, because your anti-diet culture BFFs have arrived.
What's up, you bobbers?
Hola,
Hello.
Week of Thanksgiving.
Hold
No,
on.
next week is Thanksgiving.
Wait, we cannot start an episode without you going, hey, hi, hello. You do
Did
it.
I not say that?
You didn't say it, and you
And I
say
say
it
it all- I say
every
it every
episode,
time?
I think. Yes. I was waiting for it.
Hey, hi. That's funny. I would say that in my other previous podcast too. That's hilarious. Hey, hi, hello.
There you go.
All right,
I
noted.
feel better
I will
now.
always say that. Oh my god.
Like if
That's funny. I
in
don't
my
think I
head,
even
it was
realized
just
that.
a thing you do, and I was like, "Wait,
That's
she
funny.
didn't say it."
I will be doing that from now on.
There you go.
That's funny. Dude, I just have to say, I feel like I have sat the past 2 days straight. My hip flexors are tight. I'm sitting right
Oh.
now. You said you watched 14,000 steps today, and I'm like, oh, I should have done that.
Yeah.
But like, I haven't really talked much about it, but I gotta show you my logo after this.
Oh yes, I want to see.
I've been doing a lot of business stuff,
Yeah.
and so I've been just like hammering away and not standing and walking. I've just been like sitting the past couple of days. So yeah, that's been my life,
Yeah.
and that's why I'm like non-existent on social media right now too.
Oh,
I'm
that
just,
makes
like,
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
So, anyways,
Yeah. I had those.
How are you?
I'm all right. I had that. I was telling you I was in that marketing training thing all afternoon. It was 2 days. It was yesterday and today. So both yesterday and today, I had a shit ton of steps because I just walked on my treadmill the entire time. It was
Mhm.
like 4 straight hours of training, both days, each day. And so I have like a shit ton of steps, but I'm just like, "Meh." So today I woke up, I cleaned myself and made myself appear appropriate um from my face on my face, and then I had therapy, so I do my therapy is virtual, so like literally everything I do is virtual, which honestly I love that I don't ever have to get in my car and go anywhere. It's amazing. So I get up, I had virtual therapy at 10, and then at 11 that training was until 3, and then I ran into my kitchen and I was like, I need to eat something because I've eaten nothing since this morning, and so I air fried 3 mozzarella sticks, like the mozzarella sticks from the bar,
I've
like
never
the
done
breaded
that.
mozzarella sticks.
Yes.
There's a gluten-free brand that's really good, and I just throw them in the air fryer. And so I literally ate 3 mozzarella sticks dipped in spaghetti sauce, and then I ate an apple because I was like, I need fiber. So sure, here's an apple here. So I ate an apple, and then now I'm here. So I'm like, if I am fried, my brain is just
bet.
done.
Honestly, this would probably be the last thing I'd want to do if I was you. Not gonna lie.
No, it's all right. I enjoy this though. This is always fun to me.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
so
Doing it for
it's
the
all right.
U-bobbers.
That's right. That's
the
right.
U-bob fam.
All right. Well, do you have any bullshit, or was that your bullshit?
That was my bullshit.
Your
That was
business
it.
bullshit?
I can't even think.
No
Yeah,
other bullshit.
it's just been a lot of, and maybe eventually we can each say like what we got going on in our business.
Yeah,
We can kind of
we
like,
should get to that at some point.
that'd be kind of fun. Yeah. Because I got some new stuff that's that I'm rolling out with.
That's
so
exciting. Maybe in the new year
Yeah.
we can start a new year,
that's
what
a
we
good
got
idea.
going on. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I have a little bit more bullshit than just that. But I just wanted to shout out my son's cross country team. They won state last week, and it was like the coolest freaking day ever. And so we had to drive all the way to Memphis, which is I don't know, it was 3 or 3.5 hours. It's not super far. So we get up early and we drive down there. They ran in the afternoon. They won, which was freaking incredible. It was a beautiful day, although a little too hot for cross country, but for us observing, it was a nice day. And then we went to a team dinner. They got awards, and they went up on stage. We got all kinds of great pictures, whatever. And then we all went out to dinner at this restaurant that one of the moms just basically told him this many people are about to show up. Be ready. So we went out to this restaurant and it was fine. And while we were there, we found out that their school principal all the way back in Nashville was sending out emails and like all call things like on the phone, like the mass phone call things that they do, like announcing that they won and asking, like inviting everybody to come to the school for when the team arrives and whatever, with like banners and all that stuff. And we were like,
Oh,
oh,
that's
this is so cool.
awesome.
And then what ended up happening is like right when we got to just inside the county line, the Nashville Fire Department met us at an area up there, and we all caravanned and got like a police fire whatever escort through town with the sirens going and the whole thing. It was the coolest freaking thing for these kids. And we get to the school, and I have this awesome video of this, which I get goosebumps. I probably rewatched this video honestly like 100 times for real, but it's just this video. So when we got to the school, the boys were all in the school district gave the team like just big like passenger vans to get down to Memphis and back. So they were just in these like big white vans. And it's this video of the boys are getting out of the van, and the principal had been blasting over the intercom out like to the whole neighborhood. We are the champions is like blasting, and then you have like the fire trucks or like the lights are going, and like they're driving by and honking, and like they're getting out and people are screaming. And like I kind of did like a turnaround with my camera, just to show, and it's just like this whole crowd of people and these banners, and it was just like one of the
That's
coolest
awesome.
freaking moments ever. Like these boys are
Yeah.
never gonna forget it. And I have this cool
Mhm.
picture of him holding, it's like I guess it's a trophy. It's like a big plaque trophy thing, but their names will get engraved and on the bottom. And I was like, dude, like you will literally be able to bring your kids here one day and show your name in that trophy case. Like
Yes.
how
Yes.
freaking cool is that?
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
So
Holy
yeah,
shit.
it was the coolest freaking day ever. It was a good
Was it like expected?
um
Like, were they top like contenders of like
they
possibly winning state?
yes, we knew we had a shot.
Okay.
So
Mhm.
the last year they were runners up, and but my son was not a part of the varsity team last year. He was JV last year, so he wasn't a part of the runners up
Oh.
team, but he made it onto varsity. It's only 7 of them that can make the team, and so he's actually number 7 of 7 that made it to varsity to run. And so at regionals was the week before that, they killed it. It was the same 7 boys, and they killed it at regionals. Like, so in cross country, you want to have the lowest number of points. So it's kind of like golf or
Yeah.
whatever, you want the lowest number of points. And the points are like their places. So like if a kid comes in 3rd place, that's 3 points. If they come in 10th place, that's another 10 points. And like those get added,
Mhm.
And so their points, if they would have doubled their points, they still would have beat the 2nd place team. Like that's how
Holy
much
shit.
they won regionals by. Yeah, it was crazy.
Jeez.
So when that happened, we were like, "Oh, damn. Like there's like a
They almost
real
got
legit shot at this,
yeah.
And but it was like there was 2 other schools that were also in, because it's the whole state now at that point. And so we knew there were 2 other schools in other regions that also were doing very, very well. So we had hoped, but you just never know. And especially cross
Mhm.
country, anything can happen. Anybody can have a
Yeah.
shit day. Anybody, and the heat definitely played
Oh, that
into
would
it a
be
lot. Like my son's time
yeah.
was not nearly what he wanted it to be, but it was hot. And yeah, they ended up pulling it off. And do you know this whole like 6-7 thing? Do you?
No.
Okay.
I've heard so many. So my friend Jenna, she first brought it up to me, and she had found it on TikTok, and it meant something specific. But then Kiana asked her little brother
Mm-mm.
about it, and then it meant something else. But like no one really knows what it means or where
Yeah,
it came from. I don't
that's
know.
so it came from like some, like I think it's like a rap song or something that like isn't even very new, I don't think.
No, six
The
seven.
song?
Like
Um
I think I know. Like that's like a millennial song, isn't it?
I don't know if it's that old, but I want to say it's like like a few years. But yeah, he said there's like just one line in it where he says something about something 6-7 whatever, and people have even asked him like, what does that mean? And he's like, it doesn't mean anything. Like that's literally, it means nothing. And so they just keep doing this weird 6-7, and they do the hands and whatever. They go like this
Yes.
every time you say it. Yeah, yeah. And
Oh, look.
so it was on what like, we've known about it. Obviously, we've seen it. I have a kid, like I hear it, but he doesn't say it. It actually annoys the hell out of him. So we do it because it annoys him. But there was a South Park episode where they kept doing it. And like every time somebody would say like, 6 or 7 hours, or like Cartman would just like fall over, die laughing. Like it was like, and it's so dumb because it like
That's
means
funny.
nothing, and
Yeah.
it's so weird. But
It just like took over.
yeah, so unfortunately, our boys' team score at the state meet was 67. And so everybody just kept going, "Oh, you guys scored 6-7."
That's pretty great.
And in the places, like in the meet, 2 of the boys on our team got 6th place and 7th place. Like it's like
Oh my
all these
God.
things kept happening, so like it just kept coming up, and my son's like, "Stop it! I hate it so much." But I just so whenever anybody does
That's
anything,
great.
or my husband will like set it up, and I'll just look at him and I'll go 6-7, and he's like, "Shut up!" Like he just freaks.
Oh, the fact
So,
that he hates it and says that
it
only makes
makes
it
it
worse
even
for him because
better.
you're just gonna keep.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what we told him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
anyway, that's my bullshit. Super
Oh
proud. It was a
man.
really freaking cool
Yeah, congrats to
day,
him
and
and
it's
team.
just like literally gonna remember that forever. And it was a
Yep.
cool day to be a mom, and yeah, it was just a good day. So
Awesome. Love
yeah.
that.
So let's get into this episode then. So we're not here. Look at
Let's
we're
do it.
only at 10 minutes, and we're starting on
I
the
know. Oh
episode.
shit, really? Yeah.
Yeah,
10
look
minutes.
at us.
11 minutes. That's
Hell
awesome.
yeah.
But
Today.
hold on.
Oh,
T-shirt.
my shirt. You're right.
T-shirt. I've been
I'm
I've
so
been trying to
glad.
read it.
Okay, so it says a real woman, and then like there's a bunch of stuff crossed off. I have to read it upside down, but it says has curves and it's crossed off, is skinny or has muscles. They're all crossed off, and on the bottom it just says whatever she wants to be. So
Hell
you can
yeah.
be
Is whatever
whatever
she wants. I like
the
that.
hell you want to be. That's what a
Yes.
real woman is. So
Love that.
yeah,
So,
yeah.
topic episode or episode topic. Not topic episode.
Topic
Episode topic.
Thanksgiving. Well, Thanksgiving's next week. Well, yeah, when this episode comes
When this
out,
comes out,
it'll
it'll be next week.
next week. Yep.
Yes.
And yeah, so we're gonna talk about kind of just sort of how we, I guess, handle or frame things like Thanksgiving, and tips and tricks and
Yep.
mindset
And
stuff.
also, yeah, mindset, and then also like just things that we've like I know things that like I've learned along the way that
Mhm.
that maybe is still taught within diet culture and like tactics or like things just that people still do that's probably not actually healthy or helpful.
Yeah.
One example I can think of is like I used to try and like restrict, but then I would binge every single night, and that strategy does not work. So it's like so I want to really talk about like actual tactical things that you can do if you are wanting to have a mindful holiday and keeping your health goals in mind. Some like actual like strategy things that you can do, but then also kind of like what I do specifically, and then like or what I would tell a client. Like if
Hmm.
there were like how do I navigate Thanksgiving coming up, or like they get worried because it's Thanksgiving and then Christmas and then the New Year,
Mhm.
so it's just kind of a conversation around that, and it's something that you can take with you into the rest of the holiday
Yeah.
season and then keep fine
And
tuning every single
beyond.
year.
Yeah, and to me too, like when I was thinking about this episode and like what things I wanted to talk about, and I was like, I'm like, let me just stop for a minute and actually think, because I think for us it kind of becomes second nature sometimes, some of this stuff, and like I have to like actually stop and think, what is it? What exactly do I do? Like so if I can articulate it. And then I realized I'm like, honestly, it's like the same thing I would do for any kind of a like a gathering. I was like a 4th of July picnic. I do the same thing. For, family reunion. I
Good
kind
point.
of handle it the same way. So it's like I feel like a lot of what we're going to talk about today can be applied throughout the year. It's just that these holidays happen to be so like back to back with each other, this time of year, and parties and things come up all the time. But I think it's
Yep.
just good strategies and stuff that can be used for any kind of event or get together or whatever, and, ways to
Mhm.
think about it. So,
Yeah. Yeah. Should I just kind of start off with what I
yeah,
had?
just go
Okay.
for it.
Okay. All right. So when I was thinking about this, what comes to mind for me is 3 S's. Of course, my name is S, but structure, strategy, and strength. So what I
Mm,
mean by that is having a structure of some sort. So step 1 intention. Like for me, everything always comes back to number one, well, awareness, but like also intention. Two questions to ask yourself. One is, what is your goal? What is your goal the week of Thanksgiving, Thanksgiving Day? What's your goal throughout the holiday season? Are you going to eat whatever you want? Do you want to be mindful? Do you want to have kind of a balance of things? Do you want to like have the sweets? Like, do you have any non-negotiables? So that's kind of all in one question. And then the other question is, what habits will provide a sense of normalcy and groundedness during this chaotic time?
Yep.
Because it can be chaotic. So depending on, what your life is like during this time, but like those are two good questions to start with,
Yep.
to ask.
Yep.
Did you want to add to that?
I mean, I might as well. I was like, maybe I'll save it for later. But for again, like one of the things I was thinking of, and you basically pretty much kind of summed it up. But for me, it was like one of the biggest like suggestions or whatever you want to call it that I would give is like just focus on consistency, whatever it is, consistency. And that's where like that, like you said, the structure and whatever comes in. It's like, I don't, things don't fall off just because it's holiday season, like my workouts, for example. Like I'm still lifting, I'm still doing that. And what I'm definitely not doing is adding in extra workouts because of an event or because of food or
Mhm.
whatever, but I'm just keeping consistent with whatever it is that I'm already doing. And that helps kind of keep everything moving right along.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And so for me, when I was thinking about like, what's my strategy in my structure with this time, and it's also I think we maybe talked about this, but like a bare minimum plan, which like
Mm,
I always come back to this, whether like shit hits the fan or something unexpected in life comes up, or there's parties or family gatherings or holiday seasons. Like the bare minimum can change, but like this time specifically, it has to be realistic for you. And so what works for me might not work for you. You
yeah.
can take bits and pieces, but like you really need to determine what that's going to look like for
Yeah.
you. So I love having an intention of a few non-negotiables or standards. This is where my standards come into play. It's not even a goal at this point anymore. For me, it is a standard that I lift 3 days a week minimum.
Mhm.
That is my standard. So same thing when I think about Thanksgiving or holidays that week, I'm gonna try and still get three lifts in that week. And then also water because it's easy. Like
Mm,
for me, it's like I'm just gonna chug water, easy.
yep.
And then protein forward meals, or like the more and more that I think about it, I come back to, okay, when I go to meal prep or like have a meal when I'm out at a gathering, whatever, I still like to think about, okay, is there anything protein here that I can have? What's gonna help me to feel good
Mhm.
and it's nourishing? Color. Is there any color that I can
Yeah.
add, whether it's vegetables or whatever that is? And that's for me. That's like a standard that I always am intentional about when it comes to like going to these parties.
Yep.
And that's it, really. Like for me, water, my 3 workouts, and then I want to be mindful of the foods that I eat,
Yep.
but also not restrict myself. If I want to have a cookie and then another, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, exactly. I feel like honestly, mine's pretty much the same way. Like I am also 3 days minimum. Water is always a thing. And then like protein and fiber. And then like what I tell my clients is make sure you get some protein on your plate. Make sure you get some fiber on your plate, whether it's veggies or some kind of a bean or, whatever. And then fill the rest of your plate with whatever the hell you want. And
Hmm.
for me, what has really helped me kind of not go like overboard because you'll see like all the dessert like you want it all, of course it's all going to be delicious. And I think that like in my past life I wasn't as good about this. And so something that I've found that has really helped is literally like you just said, like what's going to make me feel good. Like I would eat all this stuff just because it's there and I don't normally have access to it, so I wanted it, but then I would just feel gross. Like I just wouldn't feel good. My stomach wouldn't feel good. I'd feel lethargic because I just ate all this stuff. And, it was like, so I've gotten a lot better about kind of checking in as I'm putting things on the plate with how is this one gonna make me feel? Or, maybe I'll just have smaller if I wanna have a lot of things, maybe I'll just have small pieces of the pie
That's
or
what I do.
or whatever, so I
Yeah.
can have everything because it's not anything to do with calories or anything at all, but literally, I'm gonna go sit on that couch later and just feel like a blob, and I don't like to feel like that. I want
Yeah.
to have energy and I wanna feel good? So that
Mhm.
checking in with how those things are gonna make me feel has become a very big part of how I make my decisions.
That's huge, and that reminds me too, that brings me back to I wanna back up because even before step 1 of intention, maybe, like, ground step 0 is mindset. So number
Mm,
1, adjust your goals. Like,
yes.
it's the holiday season, it is a season.
Yeah.
It's, like, it's 2 months, really, November and December, right? And so you have to adjust your goals. Does it make sense right now to go into a fat loss phase for you?
Right.
Maybe someone, yes, maybe they eat
Mhm.
normal, they don't go to parties, they don't drink, they
Sure.
don't do those things, okay? But that's like I would say generally for most people, we have all of these
Mhm.
parties, there's family, there's sweet
Work
treats,
has
all
stuff
of those
going,
things.
yeah.
Yeah. So adjust your goals and see it, view it as a season because that's what it is,
Yep.
right? 2 months, November, 2 months of doing XYZ. And then knowing what's realistic for you. Set yourself up for success. And then you had said something too around like the only time that you're going to get it is this time of the
Mhm.
year. So I would do the same thing. Like in my head, I would be like, this is the only time I'm going to have access to this
Yeah.
because I know I pre decided that I was going to go ham on all of these sweets because I knew the next day I was going to try and restrict.
Yeah.
But what happens, I think I actually found this, it's not really a stat, but research had found that a lot of the like overall weight gain and like struggle isn't necessarily the day of, but it's the leftovers and it's
Mm.
still continuously like going ham with the sweets and the food like, no matter what holiday
Yeah.
that is, it's like having that surplus continuously after
Yep.
that 1 or 2 days, you know?
Yep.
So when I changed my mindset and this took a while, it's not like, "Oh, I'm gonna think this way and that's what's gonna happen." But, like, changing it to just allowing and deciding that, like, you can have this food whenever you want. Like, I can go get Oreo balls whenever I want. I
Yeah.
can have the Chex Mix whenever I want, you know? And
Yeah.
so it's like trying to just not be in that mindset,
Yep. Yep. Yeah, the
if that makes sense.
restriction, yeah. Like
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
it's kinda like we talked about, like, even the Halloween candies and stuff. It's like, don't deprive yourself of it. It's there, you can have it anytime you want, so you don't have to eat the whole bag at once. It's
Yeah.
available to you. You can enjoy it,
Yeah.
spread out the enjoyment of it. Yeah, yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. It's funny, like, and I don't think I realized that I even did that until, like, there was just 1 year where I was like, "I just feel like crap." Like, I should not have eaten all that, like, I don't feel good, and I was like, "What am I doing? What are we doing?" Like, it was
Yeah.
just such a, like, a light bulb moment, I guess, where I was just
Yeah.
like, "I don't know why I did that," and so that having that, like, realization made me be like, "Okay, this is silly." Like, you can
Yeah.
literally, like, go to the grocery store and buy a pumpkin pie at the bakery right now if you really want it.
Yeah.
Like, you don't have
Yes.
to have the whole pie now. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
And there might be some desserts where it's like your family only makes or your
Mhm.
food that your family only makes. Well, then it's changing your mindset to still allow yourself to have that.
Mhm.
But maybe you go into it knowing you're going to be fuller than you normally are. You might
Mhm.
overeat. So, like, that's okay. Like, I already know I'm going to probably
Mm.
overeat. But again, it always comes back to like what you want for yourself. And I
Mhm.
think thinking of it in a way of like, how do I want to feel after eating
Yeah.
this stuff can really, can really help.
Yep.
And I don't know if you've ever done this before, but I'm gonna share a story here, and this is another little tip that I wanna give, and it's gonna sound so silly, but it's to visualize,
Okay.
okay? And, not like right now, you don't have to visualize right now, but, like, this is like a visualization exercise
I
that
was
I
like,
wanna share
"I'm ready
because
to visualize, Sophia. I got it.
that's right.
Let's
That's like
go."
okay. No, but this is something so let's see, I don't remember what year it was, doesn't matter. It was in a year where I restricted a lot and I feared the holiday weight gain, I feared parties because I knew I was gonna potentially binge, and I decided this was going to my sister's. I was living in Brookings at the time, and then this was going to, like, it was, like, an hour away. at a family gathering for Christmas or Thanksgiving or whatever holiday. And I decided to journal. Like I first was writing down, okay, how do I, because this was also really when I was working on my relationship with food and all of that. So I wrote down how I wanted to feel, how many cookies I wanted to have, what I did or didn't want to do. Like I didn't want to restrict. I knew that. I wanted to make sure I was eating slowly and not just like going ham. So I wrote all these things down. And then what I did was I sat there and I think is like what made a huge difference is I closed my eyes and I visualized how I wanted the day to
Mm.
go. I visualized us leaving. What did I do the morning, like in the morning when I woke up? What did I have to eat? Did I work out? Like I was visualizing as much as possible every step of the way. I visualized the fact that I wanted to have a plate. I had a little bit of everything because I love all of the stuff. I sat down. In my head, I visualized myself at a specific spot. I sat down, I took a deep breath. I like kind of was giving internal like gratitude for the food. I would eat slowly, I would enjoy it. I visualized like having my sister's amazing cookies that she has because I knew that they were going to be there. So I visualized as not only like what I was doing, but how I wanted to feel in those moments, how I wanted to feel after I ate, how I wanted to feel when I was leaving. Because a lot of times I would feel so stuffed and full
Mhm.
and not good. And I hated it. And then I would be
Yeah.
like, fuck, why did I do that? I would be pissed at myself. And so I, again, visualized how it felt. Like I embodied how it felt going home and waking up the next day and all of that.
Yeah.
So I found myself eating like later on when we actually went. And I was like, holy shit, I'm in the same spot that I sat in when I visualized.
Mm.
So, and there's like scientific, like backed research, like
Yes.
behind
There
visualization.
is.
And I was like, holy shit, yeah, like I'm sitting in the spot that I visualize it and I'm doing all of the things. And so it's just taking another step. Like if you struggle with the restricting, the binging, especially, you're worried,
Yeah.
like, yeah, it takes time to visualize, but it can be a really good activity and tool
Mhm.
for you to do. I mean, if you think
Yeah.
about it, pro athletes
Yep.
visualize different things,
Yep.
so it's like no different. Visualizing yourself going to a party.
Yeah, yeah, and I mean, you could use it. It's crazy because that actually part of my therapy appointment this morning. We were talking about my meet that's coming up in a few weeks now. My first one back since like after cancer and everything else. And I was just kind of telling her, I was like a little bit, I don't know, I'm a little bit nervous about the whole thing. I don't know how I feel about it all. And so we were going through like different strategies and things for like morning of, and we started talking about visualization. And she was like, we just said like there's true literal research on the power
Mhm.
of visualizing. And so
Yeah.
she's like, literally just visualize each lift, visualize, every part of it. And I have my son do that too for races when he's about to do a race. I'm like, visualize
Nice.
like passing that person in front of you. Visualize what it's going to be like crossing
Yes.
the finish line. Visualize how you're going to celebrate when you win or, whatever it might be. Like literally visualize
Mhm.
every single part of it. It's so powerful. It can be
And
used in
embody the
anything.
feeling of it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like literally try to live in that moment in your head.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So that was that. And then the two other things that I thought about was like if you're going to a family gathering and you have the option to make something, bring your own dish. Like you
Mm,
have control over that then. You
yep.
can bring something that's maybe a little bit healthier minded but still delicious. Like you're controlling that.
Yep.
And then a big one too, if you can, walk after a meal. I mean, if it's not like too cold
Yes.
outside, again, this can is just an option to be intentional and have a non-negotiable for yourself or something that can help, but taking 10-minute walk
Mhm.
after you eat can help.
Makes such a difference. Like, especially like for me in particular, if I do end up overdoing a little bit and I'm not feeling great, just going to walk makes the biggest difference. Like, it just gets digestion going and it can
Yeah.
just make you feel so much better once that's over. Like, even when we're out, sometimes we'll be out and we'll go to a restaurant or something and we will have eaten, who knows what. And I'll just look at my husband and be like, I gotta go walk. Like, can we please just go walk?
Yes.
Like, we go walk around the building. I don't care. I just need to go walk. It's gonna make me feel better.
Yeah.
And it could be
It's crazy how much it helps.
yeah, and it could be a family thing too. Bring family members with you, and talk and walk, and enjoy
Yep.
each other's company. You don't have to do it
Yeah,
alone.
exactly. Yep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so I kind of touched on the structure of it and having a strategy and then the strength aspect. Again, like we're changing the goal right now. Like the goal right now for me is like just to get stronger and to
Mhm.
we kind of talked about like using those the food
Yeah.
to like fuel the strength and fuel building muscle, like for me, it would not really make sense to go into a fat loss phase or to try and, go and do that. So yeah, that's kind of
Yeah.
my 3 main points there. Oh, and then not I used to work out after Thanksgiving or beforehand because I wanted to work off the calories I was going to
Mhm.
eat. This is a mindset thing. It's really hard to like get out of. We need to try to not have the mindset of going to work out as punishment
Yes.
for what you're going to eat.
Yes. Exactly. Exactly. Like there's just you're moving your body, exercising should be a privilege. It should be a celebration of the cool shit your body can do. It should never be used as a form of punishment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep.
And I mean, just even the change in that mindset can change the feel
Mhm.
of the workout. Because then I used to feel like I needed to work out because otherwise I would feel guilty. So it's also like getting yourself out of that,
Right.
which again isn't easy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
guilt thing, and I think, I think, there's a lot of guilt around holidays where so much of this stuff comes in. We have guilt over what we ate. We have guilt over what we just put on our plate, even if we didn't eat it sometimes, and guilt over missing workout, whatever. Like, this should be a time of happiness, like a time of togetherness and memories with your family if you get together with your family, whatever it is that you do. These should be times where like happy memories are made. We don't ever want to have to look back on any of these holidays or any of these times with our family and think about, man, I wish I wasn't so focused on how many calories were in that cookie, or you know what I mean? Like
Yes.
it's just, yeah, it makes me think of like there's year we have family members that are getting older, and you don't ever, like, heaven forbid, if something happened to one of those family members from this Thanksgiving to next, you don't want to look back on the time you spent with that person and think about how distracted you were by food or something. What
Yeah.
you want to remember is the time you spent with them and the conversations and the laughs and the whatever. So just trying to
Yes.
keep I don't know, keep like the priority, whatever it is, just, don't let that stuff interfere with all the good shit that should be happening this time of year.
Yeah. Absolutely. We always do a lot of planning when it comes to the gifts and decorating and planning for the parties.
Mhm.
I would encourage you to plan for your health and fitness during this time. Like this is where the
Yeah,
intention, it's not just an intention, but then planning it and acting on it. So again, going back to like what's realistic for you? What are your non-negotiables that you can follow? Things that will ground you, habits that will be grounding to you during this
yeah,
time. It can be as simple as one or two things, whether you're brand new or you've been doing this a long time.
yep,
You got to just find what works for you.
yep,
And what you do this year might look different next year.
yeah,
Then at least now you're working through that and learning. And then you can, change it up for the next holiday season or whenever you have a busy season
yeah.
in general come up.
Life,
Yeah.
life happens.
Yep.
Yeah, planning
Yep.
for it. That's smart. So one of the things I wanted to bring up, and I know you have it a little bit in your notes, was how do we handle the crazy aunt or the grandma. It's usually, unfortunately, usually is the older family members that want to make the inappropriate comments or make a comment about what's on our plate, or maybe we've gained a little bit of weight, or whatever, and they want to comment on our body. And how do we navigate that type of a situation?
Yeah. That can be tough. And I
Yeah.
remember being working at gym that I was at, Anytime Fitness, and one of my clients was telling me how a person in her life was like saying all of these things when she was wanting to be healthy. Like she was wanting to be
Yeah.
healthier for the food choices and everything. And this person that she told me about was just like shaming her and bashing her and like
Mm,
why, just the uh, so here's what I would say is whenever people say anything like that, it always has everything to do with that person, whether it is the fact that they feel uncomfortable because
yeah.
you're wanting to be healthy
Hmm.
and they're not. It's the same thing as like alcohol. Like if you
Yeah.
go into a party and you're not wanting to drink, people are going to peer pressure you. But a
Yeah.
lot of times it's because they're uncomfortable with the fact that they know that you're doing something healthy and they
Yep.
probably want to do that, but they want to feel better about themselves.
Yeah.
They want that community aspect of like having other people do it with them. So that's one thing, is the fact that like it's something, everything to do with them. Maybe they want to be healthier.
Mhm.
Maybe they see it, a certain way. And you just got to say, fuck it. You have to do what's best
Yeah.
for you. You have to be so rooted in why you're wanting to be healthier, why you're wanting to
Yes.
make the choices you're going to make. You have to be so rooted and grounded in that it does not matter what people say. People are
Yep.
always going to say shit, but it's your life, not
Yeah.
theirs. It's how you're going to feel, not how they're going to feel.
Right. Yep. Exactly. One of the things I put in my notes, actually, almost exactly what you just said. It said someone else's comment usually reveals their insecurity, not your reality. So just
Oh, damn. I like
yeah,
that.
right. Isn't that a good one? I was like, oh, okay.
Yes.
And one of the things too, I like, I don't know. I like to suggest it. I don't know if in practice, but just being prepared with something to say. So, like, some of the things I wrote on mine was like, I'm focusing on getting strong right now, not losing weight. Like if somebody wants to make a comment, like that's it. My focus right now is just getting strong and just be like almost like setting boundaries. Like this is it. Or even like something like my body isn't up for discussion today. Like it's okay to set that boundary. No one should be commenting on anyone's body just in general in life. And so it's okay to
Yeah.
say that's not part of the conversation today. The end. I know that's a lot easier said than done. It's easier for me to say to you or to a microphone than it is
Yeah.
to the face of the family member that's saying the thing. But I think, with some practice and, even like mirror work, like doing it in the mirror and practicing
Yeah.
it and just kind of getting comfortable with setting these types of boundaries can kind of help shut some of it down. Now, not everybody. Sometimes people are just still going to be jerks, but
Yeah.
just kind
Yeah.
of being prepared so that you're not thrown off by a comment someone might make. I'm not talking about diets. Let's just change the subject. Like just that type of
You
a
could
thing.
also, something that came to my mind was, I don't have to explain myself.
Boom.
That'll shut them up
The
because they'll
end.
be like, well, okay.
You
Like,
know what I like?
you don't have to.
Something I like to say to people, and whether it's this type of situation or just whatever, it really throws them off. I'll just be like, well, that was an interesting thing to say out loud. And I just stare at and they're like
Seriously,
and
I
they get
love
they
that.
get so and it's like, I can't believe you said that.
Or just something random, like, "How's the weather today?"
Yeah.
Or I just that comes to my
Like,
mind. Like,
yeah, like
that's
what do you
good. I like
that was
that.
an interesting thing to say
That's
out
an
loud.
interesting thing to say.
The other one I've seen people talk about that they do is they will play dumb and they'll be like, "Oh, well, what do you mean by that?" Like if they make some comment about your weight, like,
That's
"Oh, I don't
good.
understand. What do you mean by that?" And so forcing them
That's
to
good.
explain themselves usually makes them very self-conscious and makes them realize I shouldn't have said that.
Yeah, you know why I love this is because you are taking power.
Yep.
You are taking control. You have the power,
Mhm.
and they're not gonna know how to react to that.
Yep.
And they're gonna feel uncomfortable, and they're gonna be like, yeah. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love
By
that.
having to explain it, they're gonna go, "Oh, that was probably kind of rude." You know?
Yeah.
They're gonna hear
Yeah.
themselves.
Yeah. So yeah, but and don't be the person to comment on anything, whether someone wants to say, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever. Obviously we don't want that, but like if they want to
Yeah.
just don't
It
comment on
doesn't
it.
matter. It's their life,
Yeah.
you know?
Yes.
Yeah. And especially kids. Oh my goodness, when I see older family members say things about kids and oh, it hurts my heart.
Like what? What do you mean?
Like just oh, you're getting a little chubby or, maybe you need
Oh,
to get some exercise or, whatever. Like just,
I
and
feel like older
yes, I would say it's
generation does.
usually the older
Yeah.
people that will say things, but like that shit lives with people. I did a post, I know you remember it because we've talked about it, but it was quite a while ago now, but it was like, tell me about the first time you remember
Mm.
being like conscious of your body or something
Mhm.
about thinking about weight loss or something along those lines. That post was so filled with stories of people who were 5, 6, 7 years old, remembering these types of comments from family members that were, I'm sure to the family member, just like an
Ground.
offhand comment that they didn't think was any big deal, but it lived in these people's heads and they are grown adults and they still remember it. And it's just, that stuff
Mhm.
makes me so sad.
I know. Well, we're 40 minutes in. Is there
Oh.
anything else that we want to say
Look at
around
us.
this?
Yeah, the only other things I had on my notes is just things like it's okay to go take a break. I am one very known to just go sit
I
out
like
on the
that.
front porch for a few minutes. Like
Oh my
sometimes
gosh, I'm so glad you said
I just
that
need to remove myself sometimes. And
because people can be a lot.
yeah, for me it's a stimulation thing. And it's this was even before like I look but now knowing about ADHD, I'm like, "Oh, huh, that's why I always have to leave because when
Makes
things
sense.
start getting crazy whether it's, dishes getting or people talking, music, all the things, I have to just go sit outside for a minute and breathe out some in the fresh air, But,
Mhm.
you can do that if people are being weird about things, if comments are being made, you can excuse yourself and just go take a break for a few minutes, you're totally allowed to do that. And yeah, I think that's really pretty much it. Just, the main thing is that we don't punish exercise, we don't earn our food with exercise. We just try to keep our goals in mind, but we enjoy the foods and the new stuff. We enjoy our time with family. We keep our priorities where they need to be for that given day. I think is the
Yes.
big important thing.
And speaking of, what are you doing for Thanksgiving? What do you guys do?
Um we don't really like so we don't have family here. And so it's just the three of us. And I know this is probably going to be a very unpopular thing to say, but none of the three
Oh,
of us really like Thanksgiving food.
Ah!
I know.
Kiana's gonna be like,
Oh,
"Yes."
she too? Oh,
Yeah,
see?
yeah,
Yeah.
I'll tell you in a second.
Yeah. So, a tradition that we started years ago, like even before my son was born, that my husband and I have done is it actually on Christmas. After we open gifts and we have breakfast and whatever, then we make like homemade meatballs and, I wouldn't call it homemade sauce. It's like usually, honestly, it's like the cheap ass Hunt sauce, but then we add, peppers and onions and season it, whatever, and we make it
Yeah.
good. And we
Mhm.
cook the meatballs in the sauce all day, and then that's what we have for dinner that night. And so, at some point in the last, I don't know, maybe 10 years or so, we were like, "Hey, what if we just did meatballs on Thanksgiving too?" Because we always love that, and so that's what we do now is we make our homemade meatballs and sauce on both Thanksgiving and Christmas and it just cooks all day and it smells so damn good in the house and we have
Yum.
some garlic bread and yeah, and we get all the things. So that's pretty much it. And almost always we will go and now we just have the garage gym, but before the garage gym, we would go to the gym, we would always go to the gym because the gym was empty. So, it was a great time to go because you could have all the equipment. It's
Yeah.
just us, like, we're not doing anything else. So that we would always make it a gym day because it was empty and it was easy.
Mhm.
So we'll probably go get a lift in and then, yeah, kind of make it a lazy day, really. What do y'all do?
So Kiana hates Thanksgiving. She hates Thanksgiving
Yeah,
food
me too.
also, but I fucking love. I am determined. We haven't talked about what we're gonna eat this year, but if we had a thing with green bean casserole last year. Like she loves green bean
Hmm.
casserole. I love stuffing and mashed potatoes and gravy, and I am
Mm.
gonna be. I don't care what you say, Kiana. I'm getting it, and I'm making it. I love that, like, and I
Yeah.
don't get it any other time. But so because of that, we actually like last year we stayed here. I do have family. She has family like a few hours in Minnesota. I have family like just in town, but also like an hour away. Last year we decided to do our own thing, and family was upset.
Oh.
Family was upset.
Mm.
So like maybe I should say this too because maybe someone listening will kind of relate to this or need to hear this. But we did decide to start doing our own thing for Thanksgiving, just us here.
Mhm.
Last year we did potato slides, like potato slider things,
Oh.
like did baked potato, and we tried like different toppings for that. And then we had some other food too, but it was just kind of fun to do whatever for that. Oh, a charcuterie. I call it a charcuterie board. She hates that I call it a charcuterie board, but it's just like the stuff. Um, and so this year we're gonna just stay home and do our own thing again, get our
Yeah.
own food, just have it be a lazy day, maybe go to the gym in the morning. I don't know, just kind of whatever. At first, so I do kind of feel bad because like it's my mom's holiday. Like she loves getting everyone
Mm.
together and it was a tradition. We did it for so many years. But then also like her mom, like it's hard to like split between families
Yeah.
sometimes. And I think me and her had a conversation once, and I've also heard other people talk about it that, like, eventually, like, kids and people make their own
Yeah.
traditions and to not feel bad about it and
Yep.
to, like, just do what you want to do,
Mm.
and even though, like, I know I don't know, I love my family, And but I also love the fact that me and her have this
Yes.
one holiday
You're a family
together.
too, and y'all
Yeah.
deserve to create
Mhm.
your own traditions and your own,
Yeah.
whatevers that you're gonna do
Yeah.
forever too, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's hard. We went through that a little bit too when we were first married and stuff, and I mean, we lived in Vegas at the time, so we were, like, on the opposite side of the country, but we did have some family there in Vegas with us too, but it was just, people were expecting us to fly back to Ohio, and it was just like,
Mhm.
"No, like, we need to develop
Yeah.
our own,
Yeah.
traditions and our own whatevers," and yeah,
Yeah.
I'm all for that. I think that's important.
Yeah. So, yeah, for, like, Christmas time, we have our like, what we will do at my family, and then we have her family, so it's nice because then Thanksgiving, we don't have to figure out, like, every other year or,
Yeah,
like
right.
yeah,
Yeah,
we can just have, like, our own thing that
yeah.
we're doing,
There you
so
go. Yeah,
so,
we do,
yeah.
what something you said made me think of, so we're big college football people in our house. We're Ohio State fans, and Ohio State and Michigan play Thanksgiving weekend every year, and so that's one of the things that, always, even back when we actually did, like, Thanksgiving-ish food, we always make sure we make too much, and then it just goes in the fridge until Saturday, and then it all comes back out and gets heated up and put back out on the table again for game day
Mhm.
on Saturday, and you end up, like, eating
Nice.
all the
Oh,
leftovers.
fun.
Yeah, so that's always a fun thing, and yeah, so I don't know, we'll have to just make extra meatballs, I suppose. I feel like that's probably what we
Yeah.
did before, but then we end up doing, like, we call it a cheese plate, versus the charcuterie,
Oh,
however the hell you're supposed to say that. I have
charcuterie
no idea
board.
how to say it. But yeah, so we just, cut up all the cheeses, and we get, like, Italian pepper ring, all the stuff, all the different crackers, whatever. So we'll do that for the game and stuff too, but that's kinda,
Yeah.
to me, like, that game just goes with Thanksgiving because it's, all that
Yeah.
weekend, so it's all kinda the same thing, and
Yeah.
yeah, that'll be fun.
Nice.
Do you do any Black Friday shopping or anything?
No, I never
Mm-mm.
not, like, in person, I've never I know my sister had a little bit, but I never go in person, and then even, like, online stuff, to be honest, like, I don't have, so when I buy gifts, it's we kind of made it a thing that we just do for the kids, like
Mhm.
nieces and nephews. So like I will try and
Yeah.
do that, but I'm just not. I just if I think it's because I'm such a last minute shopper. I will shop
Yeah.
right until the day of our Christmas party. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
So I do not even and also I know when I look at all these things, I'm gonna be like, I want that, I want that, I want, and
Yes.
so I just don't have the money to do
Just
that. And I would rather save money to go on like
yeah.
experiences or like
Yeah.
stuff like that. So
Agreed. Yeah, I've never
I'm
been Black Friday shopping ever,
no. Oh,
myself.
question. Okay, actually, this question will be for after we log
Oh,
up,
okay.
do off air stuff.
Okay.
So never mind.
So yeah, I don't shop. We do the same thing with our family. We only buy for kids.
Oh yeah,
And then,
nice.
my husband and I buy for each other, and then everybody only just gets for the kids, and it just makes it a lot. There was a time where we didn't, and we were literally buying for everybody, and so I've never, as an adult, I've always lived in other states, so then trying to ship everything, and it's just
I just think it's so
awful,
much. It's
honestly.
ridiculous.
It takes
People
the
go,
fun out of the holidays.
yeah. Well, and then like you feel guilty. You feel like if you get stuff for this person, you're like, oh well,
Yes.
I gotta get stuff for this
Equal it
person.
for the
And
equal
yeah,
amounts.
and then yeah, and then also it's like I feel like people. I don't know for sure, but like I would imagine some people like um like, unless you set aside money every year,
Mhm.
like, as the year goes on for specifically Christmas, like, a lot of people, you spend it's, like, just what you do. It's so
Yeah.
mind-blowing to me watching society, like, you just spend a lot of money on Christmas. It's what you do for your kids and
Yeah.
stuff, and I get it
It's
for kids. I
yeah.
get that.
Yeah.
Like, that's a magical time for them and whatever. Oh, and we go into Santa Claus and, like, oh, no, no,
Yeah, we
we're
won't
not
go
gonna go
there.
there. I just feel like people it's just like a not that it's a money waster, but, like, kind
No.
of, but I'm not a stuff person, like, I try
Yeah,
not to be, I'm more, like, experiences,
yeah,
so someone listening could be like, "Fuck you," like, I will
yes.
spend all my money on Christmas, I don't care.
No, that's real.
That's
Like,
just me.
when my son was growing up, because again, we lived out of state, so most of our family lived somewhere else. They didn't know what stuff toys he already had, didn't have. And so a very long time ago, we started saying, send him, we want experiences, we don't want stuff. So they would send him like movie theater gift cards and, stuff like that where like he can go do something
Yeah,
rather than just having toys that are legitimately just going to get thrown in the back of a closet. Let's
yeah,
be real. So yeah, I'm totally down for that. So all
yeah, yeah.
right. Are
Alright,
are
we need to
we
wrap this up because
this
this
is
yes, this
great.
lighting No, this lighting
Oh.
is atrocious.
Oh, sorry.
I feel like I'm like red, but then also it's getting dark here,
Yeah.
so this
Oh,
lighting
yeah.
it's not cute,
Yeah.
people. I don't like it. I don't, and then my hair is all frizzy because I showered, but I brushed it and I didn't do anything to it. I mean, it's not that bad, but
So if y'all are
I'm just like over
listening on any wherever you get your podcast, you have to go over to YouTube and see what Sophia's talking about. Follow us while you're there. Give us give us some ratings.
subscribe.
We actually have been forgetting the last few episodes to ask, please humbly, for your 5-star reviews and things like that, wherever it
Yep.
is that you listen
What
to
do you
your
like?
podcasts.
What specifically has helped you?
Yeah, let us know. And we'd started reading reviews and then we forgot to. This is what
I think we did it
ADHD
once
is like,
or
guys. I think
twice.
we did it twice.
Yeah.
So yeah, maybe we need to write down, make sure we hit these things. But
Yeah,
you know, this is how we roll. This is it's part of our charm, I like to say.
it's what it is.
But yeah, so if y'all could please go ahead and drop the hearts, the stars, whatever it is. We're always so appreciative.
Can we do like a
oh, that's funny because you're like on the wrong side for me. Like that's opposite of where I am on my screen.
Oh damn it.
Because I'm on the
You know,
left
I was
on
trying
my
to do a
screen.
heart.
Are you on the
So you
yeah, like that. And
oh, that doesn't work
wait,
for
my
me.
microphone is in the way.
You're on the opposite.
Oh, wait, what if I did this? Does it match? I don't know.
Yeah, kind of. Or like this one is Jen the
oh yeah, what
do
do
you know
they
what I'm talking
do?
about? Like now they do it differently. It's not like this is millennial and then like
yeah, there's another one, and like the Gen Alphas do like that or something.
what the fuck?
It's
What
like
does that
that's
mean?
like the heart, like it's like the two. Whoop. That's what like the young ones do.
Weird.
Yeah, I just saw that yesterday. I can't remember where I saw it. Maybe it was in my training actually that I did. I can't remember, but like they were saying like yeah, the millennials do this, and then I can't remember the other one.
It's like wait. No.
Okay, if y'all aren't on YouTube, you have to be watching Sophia try to figure this out. Oh my god.
I don't know. I can't do it. I've done it one time with a friend and I
That
can't
was
remember how to
amazing.
do it.
I'm gonna like just isolate that clip. Like that's gonna come up on Instagram. Just you're like
Yeah. Oh my god.
that was fantastic. On that note, all right, we will catch y'all in a couple of weeks. I hope everybody has a great Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Thanksgiving. Bye for now.
Bye bye.